Welcome back to the channel. Natsu here once again. This time around we're gonna talk about the losers of the last patch for the JoJo's Virtual All-Star Battle R. Now this video is gonna be a little bit different. The format will be the same, but there will be some new stuff. For example, due to feedback, I will be putting like in the links below the link to the patch notes, and also before I talk about the character there will be a screenshot of the changes, but I will break it down because I don't go over all the changes. I just, in this case, I'm explaining why they're losers in this case for the patch. So yeah, so also please like and subscribe. It will help a lot of the channel. It's free, bro. Just click subscribe and that's it. And if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below, as always. So anyways, with that out of the way, let's go and start this video. And once again, please like and subscribe. So yeah, so let's start with Cesar. Okay, so Cesar, they nerf him, and if he jumps back, he cannot do the bubbles like he's doing now when he jumps 4 or his neutral jumps. You can do like jump cancel and do it before, but now you cannot do it. You can do still the bubbles if you do neutral or forward. The issue with this is that, to be honest, like you can see that if he does 4 and cross up, it won't do autocorrect. And the reason why we're gonna say, hey, we're gonna nerf that ability that he can do jump back and do the bubbles is because other characters were having a lot of issues with that. But the problem is that Cesar is a character that doesn't do that much damage unless specific scenarios. So he was more like a trap character and keep away. But doing this, they're like saying, hey, no, you need to do like a keep away only. I mean, trap character instead of keep away. And you can do trap still with the. You can do pressure if you do neutral jump and cancel, like I was showing you a few seconds ago. But you cannot do that with the bubbles. Now, keep in mind you can do the jump back and do the other bubbles he has in the air, but the difference is that it takes a long time for it to activate. So it's more like a like a trap, and also depends on the height of it. So again, it's like I don't think this on the long run this will affect. I mean, in the long run, the short run, this will affect Cesar gameplay. Now they made some buff to the character. His dive kick now hits 2 times, so it's way easier to special cancel the super, but it also has a little bit more recovery on whiff. Also, if they block it now, you can technically get punished because it's way easier. And you can see now I'm cancel it super easily. Before it was like you just need to do it on the first hit because there wasn't second hit, there was only 1 hit. So that's a buff, but at the same time they nerfed the ability. Also, like I explained, it comes out a little bit slower, and you can see the pushback is the recovery is bigger, so they can go over and dash forward. Now again, not all characters can punish this. I'm seeing that Iggy, so yeah, there's some characters that are gonna be losers still. Anyways, let's go with another character, Anasui. Now Anasui got some weird buff. I mean, weird nerfs. His crouching low, it changed. Now this is the new crouching low. Crouching medium, this is the new crouching medium. And this affects his gameplay a lot. Before he could do 50-50s and good mix-ups, but now this is making him more fair, I guess. But at the same time, it affects some of his combo options. So the range of his lows are not the best now compared to before. Sure, you can use, like you can see that it's touching him, the crushing medium, but it's way slower. Talking about his command grab, they changed it a little bit. I feel like the timing it changed, but you can still do the same combos. The only thing that you need to jump before you have more time to jump later. But whatever, right? It's not like a big nerf or anything, but here's when things get sad. So for example, you can see during this combo, right, I'm gonna do the rush down, and then when I do the overhead, I need to go to the super or go to the DP to do a OTG, because the problem is that before you could do loop the overhead in combos, and that is not the case anymore. Now let's go with Diavolo. This character changed a lot. So the first thing is that you will notice is that his normals, especially in jumping medium, got nerfed. Like the hitbox is way smaller. You can still do cross-ups, but you need to time it better. Also, if you do the dash and the jump, it will still be stupid, but there might be an instant that you might lose, miss the character altogether, as you can see. So, in few words, you need to hit later than earlier and have the timing for it. Regarding about other stuff like crushing hard punch got nerfed. If you try to do it, it will not combo into it itself, because you need to change the combo route altogether. See, and also it's a little bit, I feel it's a little bit slower, so you will need to use like a standing. And you can see now that I was able to do that, but because I was in the corner. Before you could do that in the middle of the screen. Now you cannot do it. Now another thing I want to mention is that the dash got nerfed, and because the dash got nerfed, it's way slower. And also like you cannot cancel to a normal fast enough like before. Now you need to wait for the whole animation to end, and then he can do the normal. Now when he's on his powered state, right, from the super, he can call the normal really fast, right? But not like when he's in the normal state. So keep that in mind if you're a Diavolo player now. Having said that, like if you're in stand mode, his air normals got better. Now you can, do cross up way easier. And also it can be a little bit tricky, especially with the hard attack. Like right now I'm falling in front, but you can time it differently and it will land in the back. So it's a good option, and you can go from a combo from there because it will do like a ground bounce, right? So you have those new tools to play with, even though those two he already have it. But keep in mind, like the damage option he's able to convert from there is like before he could do way more damage because of the tools that he have. For example, you can see over here in this combo, technically is the same route as before. And we're gonna change it a little bit so we can do other stuff, but I want you to notice that the damage output is not the same. So let's go with this one. And yes, you can use assist, right, to do a little more damage. But before, this kind of combos will do like almost 50% or almost 60%. Again, keep in mind I'm using all Joseph as an assist in this case, but there's other ways that you can optimize this. But again, the damage nerf and normal nerf I think will be a big issue, and technically will limit Diavolo to play with certain assists because damage, right? Now let's go with another character, Iggy. Now Iggy, let me show you this, guys. One of his buff was that when he's on counter on a stand, he used the counter. The stand will stay. Before, he will revert back to his normal state without the stand, and therefore it's hard to do a combo. Now you need to expend meter. Keep in mind, you need to expend meter to do a combo, and you can see that the combo doesn't do that much damage, and it's a lot of hits. You have characters like Yukako that can do this without expending any meter. So again, it's cool that when he uses the counter, he doesn't go back to without this, he's staying in stand mode, right? But I think he needs more stuff, to be honest, more damage. This character needs more damage. Another buff they gave him is that after he goes and do the jump, the special command normal, he can cancel to the air dash, right, on block or in hit. But the thing is that you can see that if you do that, you can get hit, right? Certain normals, Iggy might beat them like a standing light, or depending on the character. But to be honest, even though it looks like a good buff, see, for example, in that case I won, but the other interactions I lost. So if somebody's matching hard attack or medium attack or jump 4 or whatever, it's most likely that Iggy will lose, right? So again, even though it looks like a good buff, I think either you should have made it like stupid in the case that maybe trade it, right? But the way it is right now is like, I Again, this character needs more damage, to be honest, guys. Nero got a lot of nerfs, to be honest. Like, if he goes forward using his stand button, and that would make him become invisible. Also up forward, back, up, back, any direction, to be honest. It takes longer to activate. Also, if he's doing the up, back, or up forward, the height change altogether. And what this means is that a lot of the mix-up or setups that were discovered, they change it altogether. You can do cross-ups still, but it will be way harder than before, especially in the corner. Before, in the corner was technically free, and I understand why they made the changes, but to be honest, like, a lot of the things that were fun about Nero using that move got nerfed to the ground. So yeah. Another thing I want to talk about is that when he do the time and call Metallica to explode, right? You need to spend meter now. Before, you could do like the hit and then do a normal, but that is not the way to go now because they nerfed that. Also, his reversal, it recovers way, the recovery time is longer, so now you can punish him without any issues. But again, this is the thing, like, a lot of characters, I think they went too hard with him, right? See, like, you can still do the cancels and do the frame traps like that, but if he hits, he cannot do a cancel. See, he's still in recovery unless you spend meter, and then you can go over and do it. Okay, so another thing they nerf is his crouching medium. Now, the range is a little bit not that big like before. It's just like maybe they removed a little bit. It's still a good normal, but the issue that comes in reality is when you did the setup, like do the knives and then do the crushing medium, it doesn't reach. So you need to be a little bit faster. And even if it reaches, the issue is that because the knives, the fireball has more recovery, it will not combo. You can see over here, I'm trying to test this out. Knockdown, like this. See? I'm still recovering of the fireballs. Now, you will be, okay, so you need to expand meter, and to be honest, yes, that is, but if you do it too early, the knives will not come out, and depending on the range, the follow-up normals will whiff altogether. So technically, before it was more like a doing a chimmy, but now it feels so restrictive. Now you can see that he's got a buff that he's jumping normal the light and jumping hard attack in the air, has more juggle points, and you can do this kind of combos, right? We go here, see, pam pam, and it looks stylish. But to be honest, compared to the other ones, since they changed a lot of stuff, it nerfed the character altogether combo wise. So you need to learn new combos for the character. And in my defense, right, I love Nero as a character, but right now I'm not feeling any fun when I'm using the character altogether. Main reason, he doesn't feel fun anymore, or he feels too restrictive, and that sucks. Anyway, let's go with our last loser, Shingekiyo. Now, he got some buff, right? The buff... Let me show you the buffs. Now, you will notice now that when he does the jumping and do like a standing medium, standing hard attack, sorry, it does more hits. Therefore, it allows you to do combos way easier, right? And sure, you can be seeing that I'm doing like good damage. Now, the problem with the character is still the same as before. Like, it's funny because damage wise, I don't think he had that big of an issue because he had good combos. Look at the damage, right? His problem from even back in Vanilla is that he doesn't have good reach, and unfortunately in this game it affects him so big because he cannot try to open you up. Like, people will mash in between your strings, and because your range of the normals are so little, you will get hit. So again, it's something that you will be saying, oh, so you need to play smarter, and you will say, yeah, but the problem is that it doesn't matter because he doesn't also have that much health, and technically you're doing a lot of work just for nothing. Right? And it's again, I think a good balance for any fighting game is that the characters has to be fun. And to be honest, it's not fun seeing that you're trying to do a combo and you miss it because he doesn't have good range whatsoever. And since he doesn't have good range, right, people can mash in between, and you will be like saying, hey, you know what, why I'm trying to spend time learning a character when things that should be working, like for example light to medium, right, should be working, but it's not working because you need to hit the character in a different way or height, right? I'm not saying that every character needs to have the same combo routes like Dragon Ball Fighters, even though some characters differ on that, but what I'm talking about is more like, hey, if I hit you with a jump in, right, I should be able to combo afterwards. But the problem is that that doesn't happen sometimes because depending on where you hit him, right, the opponent might be able to hit you with a light. And that happens a lot, to be honest. If you're playing with this character, especially online, that's another thing, since the line is crap, you're gonna get that issue all the time. But anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below what character you think is the biggest loser. Do you think are this one I show you here, or you have another thing altogether? If so, please let me know in the comments below. And as always, like and subscribe, it will help a lot the channel, and see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.